Hey everybody, welcome to week number 5 of Decoding Success, where we take the PGA Tour winner from the previous week and break down something that made them successful in that tournament. So the Travelers Championship was this week. Typically, it's the week after the US Open and really good scoring conditions. It's a nice little reprieve for the players after the US Open. And Keegan Bradley just accentuated that, actually set a scoring record this week at this Travelers Championship. So congratulations to Keegan. And let's take a look at his iron swing here that made him really successful this week. So Keegan Bradley's got a very unique setup here. You can see he's got a lot of knee bend and he's got a lot of forward lean in his upper body. So he feels very squatted and very into the ball. So he's very over the top of it. And what this is going to do is it's going to actually allow him to use his lower body against the ground and not the twisting motion to create speed in his swing. So I'm going to take this through a little bit here. And I want you to see, so as he comes back, you see he has kept this flex in his knees. So a lot of times people who stand more upright, look at, Rory, he will straighten that right leg out a little bit to get behind the ball and feel like there's more power in that rotation. Keegan has kept his knee flex basically the same in both knees. So he's still loaded onto his right side, but because he was so over the golf ball to begin with, if he straightened out that right leg, he would actually reverse pivot and start leaning towards the target too early in a swing. So for some of you out there, if your setup looks like this and you have a lot of knee flex in your setup, really make sure that you keep that flex in the right knee pretty consistent all the way through, or you're going to start a reverse pivot. But now the important part is in this transition and through the ball, I want you to see how his legs squat down into the ground. And then as he impacts, they actually straighten up. So it's going to be like a more of a lifting motion with his legs. So I would call it, for anybody who lifts weights out there, more of like a hang clean type of motion where his body is popping up and he's driving against the ball. So I'm going to play it down here and I want you to watch his lower body and his legs. Okay, see how everything kind of straightened out and now he's standing nice and tall. So I just want you to watch it again. Watch how his legs kind of pop at the ball. One more time. Flexed. And then at the ball, you can see he's starting to straighten. He's using the ground to push up and generate power. So this is how he has had a lot of longevity on the PGA Tour, is because he's using the ground to generate his power instead of rotation. So he's protecting his lower back. My guess is sometime early in his career, he had a problem with over rotating his hips. And so him and his coach have worked very hard on using the ground to generate speed instead of rotating, so he doesn't lose quite as many balls out to the right. So it's not extremely textbook, this setup and how they use it, but for some of you taller golfers out there who are really over rotating their hips and upper body and losing a lot of shots to the right, if you get a little bit more squatty and stay squatted through your swing until after impact, it can really help with those right shots because now you're using the ground to generate power instead of too much rotational movement and over rotating your hips early. So congratulations to Keegan. He had a fantastic week. Hope you guys can take some of these lessons out to the course and you have a great week as well.